Man, you can't help but think that 2K is a big bully getting in your pockets. You can't help but feel that way because your player feels nerfed. You feel sluggish. You feel slow. 2K thinks that the game is self-sustaining, so they don't need to address issues on a day-to-day basis to stay connected within the community. If you guys could share this video, hopefully get the likes up on this video because it's unfortunate. Somebody needs to see it. 2K, stop thinking your game is self-sustaining. It is not. Just check the comment section, my guys. I gotta tell you, man, people are quitting, especially after patch 12. People are quitting because of patch 12. It's like, how do you release a patch that's supposed to connect the community and make the game more enjoyable, improve your gaming experience, and it does the exact opposite? It's your responsibility. 2K, it is your responsibility to bridge that gap and help people connect. Because we've been supporting you and your franchise for years on end. Loyal, committed, and invested. Hey, what's up YouTube? You already know it's All City Live TV, and thank you for tuning in. First and foremost, I want to say thank you guys so much for helping me reach 20,000 subscribers, man. It's so humbling, and I think one of the main things, if anything, that's lacking within this generation, whether you're old or young, just within this time, the current state of our country especially, is humility, man. And I think a lot more people need to take notes on having a certain level of humility and allowing accomplishments to keep you humble, man. And like, my hair stand up, man. I gotta tell you, man, when we talk real like this, because hitting 20K is extremely humbling, especially when you know you're putting in that grind, you're working hard to reach certain goals, and then you meet those goals. So it's like extremely humbling, and I can't thank you guys enough or show my appreciation enough. We're gonna be doing a giveaway on our live stream to sort of commemorate us hitting 20K. So I would appreciate if you guys would come on through to our live stream. If you don't know, we live stream on 5 different platforms simultaneously every single day. That's Facebook, Mixer, Twitch, DLive, and we also live stream right here on YouTube. So come on out. If you guys got questions about badges, or builds, or anything that's going on with patch 12, come on out. We would love to have you. All right, let's get into this video, man. I gotta tell you guys, people are quitting in droves. If you haven't seen the comments in the comment section of my last video, I gotta tell you, people are more frustrated with 2K20 than ever before. And I think it's a matter of like the constant up and down, these roller coaster of emotions that people are experiencing with NBA 2K20. And you think there's some level of progression with 2K, but unfortunately it lacks progression. It instead takes one step forward to take 2 steps back, and this has been continuous with each patch, with each day that passes by. With 2K20, it seems to get worse. I think I've heard everybody has been patched. You got slashers getting patched, shooters getting patched, interior defenders getting patch, you name it, playmakers getting patched. It feels like the comments that I receive shows that everybody has a certain level of frustration with 2K20, especially after patch 12. I gotta tell you, I think 2K, I don't know whether it's arrogance, like I mentioned about humility, having some level of humility. I don't know if it's arrogance that allows 2K to think that the game is self-sustaining, but unfortunately, I'm out here every day, B. I got my finger on the pulse. If you guys are not familiar, we live stream every single day. We're out here. I'm a player first. This is why I'm so well connected with our community. It's because I play the game, and I'm not out here just creating content all willy-nilly, and I'm not even playing the game. We're pulling up on Elite 3. We're gonna hit that within the next week or 2. We play the game and we create content every day. So I'm hearing the feedback. I hear y'all, man. I hear all the feedback, the frustration from all the users, the gamers out there. Everybody feel the same. And it's unfortunate, man, because you got 2K not even acknowledging the issues that are going on. People are still unable to connect. They had a 3v3 event yesterday. I was looking forward to getting this double rep so that I can continue my grind to Elite 3 and get this mascot. But unfortunately, I can't even have my friends join. I can't even get on the spots. How is this happening so far into 2K20? How does this happen after the smallest patch that was ever released since the release of 2K20? How does patch 12 cause so many problems? Like I mentioned, 2K thinks that the game is self-sustaining, so they don't need to address issues on a day-to-day basis to stay connected within the community. But they do, because the game is so far from self-sustaining. It doesn't work that way, 2K. If you're out there, if you guys could share this video, hopefully get the likes up on this video, because it's unfortunate. Somebody needs to see it. Somebody needs to know, or let 2K know that, yo, there is problems, man. I cannot connect. We are in trying times, man. The Rona is out there. People are home. They want to connect. 2K creates this, like I mentioned in one of the videos, they create this bridge so that people could kind of connect across the world, and then they collapse the bridge right in front of you, and some people are still on that bridge. For a lot of people, this game is like their only level of enjoyment throughout the day. For a lot of people, this is what they use. They use this game, live vicariously through a basketball game, to kind of separate themselves from their current circumstances. A lot of people just play the game to kind of enjoy the only viable basketball game that's out there. So when the 2K developers lack appreciation for the loyalty and commitment that people invest in 2K, and let alone 2K20, because the grind is serious, y'all. And if you're not out there just for the enjoyment of playing a basketball game, then you're out there grinding to get your rep up, because it's one of the only incentives that 2K has to offer. You know, getting your rep up and getting a mascot, things like that are great incentives. But again, we were talking about this yesterday. How do you offer an incentive? I've never seen a game that offers an incentive to kind of commemorate your grind and then say, give me 300K in virtual currency. I grinded the game, and you in turn make me pay you for the incentive that I earned. Doesn't make sense, man. The logic with 2K and 2K20 and the developers is extremely outdated, and I don't know where they get this logic from, where you got other games sort of offering you incentives as you play the game. 2K makes you play the game for months on end for a small incentive, and then make you pay for that incentive, which is absolutely insane. I think 2K needs to revise their processes, because it's not working out, and people are really leaving the game in droves, man. Just check the comment section, my guys. I gotta tell you, man, people are quitting, especially after patch 12. People are quitting because of patch 12. It's like, how do you release a patch that's supposed to connect the community and make the game more enjoyable, improve your gaming experience, and it does the exact opposite? It disconnects people from the game, kicks them out, swipes their animations from them, makes them pay for animations again, corrupts their files, doesn't allow them to join their friends. It did the exact opposite of creating a better user experience, man. And I can't, it's almost humorous, because there's not even nobody acknowledging the issue that's going on in 2K20, which I find just wild to be a business in this way, and especially a business that releases annually. As if, and it's got this, to me, it's like, it's just arrogance, because there's no competition for 2K. There's no competition out there to keep 2K on their toes. So it's got to be some level of arrogance, which is why I addressed having some level of humility out there. And this is what our generation lacks, is humility. And if we had more humility, maybe people would be humbled and appreciate what they got in front of them instead of taking it for granted. They got to stay connected. If they still connected with their player base, they wouldn't have all of these issues, or these issues would be easily addressed because the patch was so small that they should be able to fix these things. But unfortunately, it's been what, 3-4 days since the patch, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken on the time, but it's been a few days and we still haven't heard anything, and the issues keep accumulating. It's like they keep on growing with each day, man, because in the first 2 days I wasn't having any problem disconnecting, and yesterday I got on during the double rep event, and now I was getting connection errors left and right. We couldn't go into the rec, we couldn't play the 3v3, we couldn't join in our friends, we couldn't join in a squad, our phone was freezing up. 2K, stop thinking your game is self-sustaining. It is not. You guys created events. Man, I want to talk about this too. These guys created events. So they got these graphic designers or whatnot creating advertisements, promoting an event. I don't know how many times this has happened. Creating advertisements to promote an event about a week prior to the event with the time on the actual promo, and then the event doesn't even start at that time. So you got people kind of arranging their schedule to like play this event through and through, and then they come ready to grind, set up their day to grind an event, and the event doesn't even start until hours after the posted time on the promo. They think that these things are self-sustaining, and it just makes 2K look like fools that disregard the community that they created this game for. Not to mention where you had Puma, some of these events were broken, and then you had Puma where it just started one of the biggest events. Now I understand how Puma Mania may have had some, like, if they ran Puma Mania, they may have been some political ramifications for running that event, as you got to get infected to kind of get your grind going in Puma Mania. And with all this Rona that's going on, they didn't want to be involved with having, these kids saying, hey, mom, dad, I'm infected, I got to play this game to get infected. They didn't want none of that. So they didn't want to deal with any political uproar or backlash. So they kind of pulled the event, and they did good by us by giving us multiple events with increased rep, which in my opinion, we should get those multiple events with increased rep. It showed me that those dime time events, they could increase the rep you get for that slam fest or dunk fest, whatever. In the same way that they reacted quickly and showed us that, hey, we're here, we hear you out, we know you guys wanted Puma Mania, so here you go. You're gonna take this 2 times rep, you're gonna take this 3 times rep the next day after that, and this 4 times rep the next day after that, to make up for us not giving you Puma Mania. And that spoke volumes, man. It reinvigorated my will to want to play 2K again, because you felt like somebody was out there listening or feeling your struggle. But unfortunately, after patch 12, we're a few days in, and now you got people leaving the game in droves because, man, you can't help but think that 2K is a big bully getting in your pockets. You can't help but feel that way because your player feels nerfed. You feel sluggish. You feel slow. You done put boost on this player. You done grinded my career for countless hours, badged him up, maxed out his badges, and you come out and you can't even compete? You put Gatorade, which is one of the most expensive things that you could purchase in the game, so you out there going to buy Gatorade thinking that you just want to compete and look good out there. And you can't even compete because the sliders are like remix left and right, straight DJing your sliders out there. Now you don't even know what player you created, or if he's even a viable player to have out there in the park or in rec or pro-am, whatever. So, I feel like a lot of people, from my experience, whether we're live streaming and people show their frustration, whether I'm uploading a video and people share their frustration, I feel like people are really I can't tell you how many times I heard, what's up with NBA Live, B? What's going on with NBA Live? We need to know because we're trying to get off of 2K. I can't tell you how many times I've heard that. So 2K, where you at? We need you to get involved. We need you to fix what's happening, especially more important than ever right now. The reason why it's right now is because we got trying times in our countries, man. You got people stuck home. People, like, they're anxious, man. There's high anxiety out there. And being that there's heightened levels of anxiety, people look to take their mind off of things with a video game. Point blank, period. People get away and live vicariously through a video game. This is how they separate from what's going on around them. And you're in turn you're creating more frustrations, which lead to higher anxieties, man, because now they got to stay concerned with what's going on around them, and they just kind of want to separate for a half a second. Let people separate, build that bridge to create or bridge that gap, rather. This is what you're supposed to be doing right now. It's your responsibility. 2K, it is your responsibility to bridge that gap and help people connect. Because we've been supporting you and your franchise for years on end. Loyal, committed, and invested in your franchise. So it's your responsibility to bridge the gap. So go ahead and go on and do that and stay connected with your community. Get your finger back on the pulse. Hire a community manager and get him out there to stay connected with the community so he knows what's going on within the community, all of our frustrations, and he can relay that information to developers, and developers can start working on patches that actually work to make the game more enjoyable. Well, guys, this is all I got for people quitting in droves after patch 12. I hope you guys enjoyed this content, found it helpful and informative, and if you did, please consider subscribing to our channel, as we're gonna have a ton of NBA 2K20 content coming your way. I'll catch you guys on the next video.